his brain is unbelievable. Like, if you put that brain into, Josh Allen's body, I don't know, so a big dude's body, you have the greatest of all time.
You're already hitting Bryce Young with the great coach slander, huh, man? That's like the worst thing you can say about a young. This guy's gonna be a great coach someday. Like, eating like a pre-draft evaluation, it says like future coach. Like, all right, next.
I think Bryce Young could legit be an NFL head coach at like 26 years old.
This is the way the league is trending.
Like, get him on the sideline.
What is the final zero RB backfield we were talking about?
All right, we're talking about the Broncos, and Javonte Williams suffered a very serious knee injury, and I'm not saying that some ACLs are bad and some are fine. They're all bad, but he damaged his PCL, his ACL, and another ligament whose abbreviation I can't remember at the moment, MCL. It's very much like the J.K. Dobbins situation. And then you've had some back and forth, some waxing and waning from Broncos, front office, from Sean Payton. Now Sean Payton says that everything's fine. He'll be ready for training camp. Even if he is, I think that we still have to approach this with an air of skepticism, and we have to draft Samaje Perine. And I think that is what I'm getting at, folks, is that Samaje Perine.
This is your whole reason for existing. Your entire life is built towards telling people we must be drafting Broncos Samaje Perine.
Did I walk over to my neighbor's house today and give him a little baggie of flour? He needed some flour, and say you need to draft Samaje Perine. I did do that today. So and he has that dog. He was pretty good in Joe Mixon's place last year in Cincinnati. Sean Payton likes him a lot. That's all I'm saying. And this team is going to definitely 100% shift back to the kind of Pete Carroll approach to Russell Wilson, where he becomes a glorified game manager. And that's going to be great for whoever gets the lead back role.
I can't be the only fantasy analyst who thinks that Jarrett Stidham and Samaje Perine are going to wreck this league. No one remembers the wreck this league joke from Twitter.
That was a good one, actually.
That was a really, really good one.
But by the way, we have a little tightening of ADP right now in the Denver backfield. You have Javonte Williams going at 90, and you have Samaje Perine going at 115. So not that far off.
I basically think Javonte Williams should be on do not draft lists. And you mentioned the Broncos kind of being like all over the map with their Javonte Williams messaging. Like, Sean Payton is the least reliable coach in the NFL with injury information. Yeah. Like, he's like one of the few coaches where you should just truly ignore what he says. Like, you're kind of like actively misinforming yourself when you listen to Sean Payton on injuries. Like, he's just that bad with injuries. And most indications are that it is a J.K. Dobbins type situation, and that he's not going to be, or even if he's like healthy enough to play football in week one, like that spring, that explosion isn't going to be back. And maybe if he gets fully faded, maybe there could be some great value in Javonte Williams, but
he's not going to.
It just seems like a stay away situation. Yeah.
You're going to have to go in on Javonte Williams to get him. Like I don't see a universe where you get to Javonte Williams in your draft and you're like, oh man, well there's no risk here, like I can take him here and it'll be fine. Even if he misses the first 8 weeks of the season, I'm still good. No. You're gonna have to make a decision. Is Javonte Williams going to play week one, and is he going to be himself in week one? And I would be pretty surprised if the answer were yes, he'll be fine.
The Broncos are going to be like a fantasy black box this summer where we won't really know what to do at running back. We're not going to really know who to prioritize at receiver. I guess Jerry Jeudy, but I feel like it's going to be a totally unpredictable allocation of targets with Sean Payton coming in and drafting Marvin Mims and Tim Patrick coming back and Cortland Sutton's looking like he never regained his lost step from his injury. And they tried to trade Jerry Jeudy. So it's going to be so all over the map with how they hand out these targets and these touches with Sean Payton.
Will be. Yes, it will be. But I guess there is also a scenario where Perine gets a little too rich for my blood too.
Oh yeah, so that is happening. I mean, already RB37 to be frank. Like just why would you?
I mean, but that's a sharp ADP if we want to call it that. Like that those are people who are reading blurbs as they're written. Okay.
Yes, true.
And so I have a feeling in your old home league, no one's going to be, running around the draft room looking for who's going to take Samaje Perine. Don't take him. I got to take him.
Rather than taking Samaje Perine at 115, his current ADP, or as the RB37, I would rather take literally any other player.